Because the Lord revealed to me 3 days ago, and this afternoon, He whispered to me and said, we should tell Nigerians the hidden agenda of Atiku Abubakar that is going to brand a car in APC name, Tinubu's picture and Setima picture. So they are going to use those cars to ferment trouble during the election time. If they say they're going to give you money or rice or beans, don't worry. Because the Lord said, between now and on the 18th, some party leaders, they will be sharing rice, beans, some other commodity that's scarce in the country. You can collect it. It's your right. But don't sell your conscience. And Tinubu is the first person in the wide world who are merged party together, and the party will work within 3 months. We should give kudos to him.
For more prophecies and gospel news around the world, subscribe to 12 Star TV and turn on notifications.
There are a lot of things to tell Nigerians about the month of February. The month of February is not a bloodbath month. And anybody who is scheming or planning to propel or havoc in the states will use the blood of his first son to pay for it, as stated in the book of Joshua 5 from 21, 22 to 24. Ó ní ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá tún ní lọ́kàn láti fẹ́ tún odi Jẹ́ríkò mọ́, ó ní yóò fi ẹ̀jẹ̀ àkọ́bí ẹ̀ òun ló máa fi ṣe. Á ti jìyà tó kí ló ti wá sí ibi tá a délé ni irọ́ ni sá o. We lie too much. Teachers in Nigeria are liars. Journalists are liars. Bloggers or police are liars. Market women traders, they are liars. Wọ́n ní tí ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bá ti lóyún tó bá máa bímọ àbí ikú. Then when you look at the book of Colossians 3, verse 9, ó ní kí ló fà á tí gbogbo àwọn ará Kérétè tí wọn ò mọ̀ ju irọ́. Then kí ló fà á tí gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Nigerians tí wọn ò mọ̀ ju owó. Tọmọdé tàgbà Nàìjíríà owó. Àwọn tó dẹ̀ jówó yẹn pàápàá bí ẹni pé kán lọ kówó yẹn pàdé àwọn ọmọ bọ́n ṣe bí wọn jáde láti ní ẹsẹ̀ ìyá wọn ni. Ẹni tí ò bá ti ní ẹrú ẹnì kejì ẹ̀ nígbà tó ọmọ 41 years old tó ní luxury car tó ń lọ bí 8 sínú ilé ẹ̀, ìyá ẹ̀ dẹ̀ ń wọbẹ̀ ń kí, bàbá wọbẹ̀ ń kí. Wọ́n lọ́mọ ò ṣe dry cleaner, ó dẹ̀ ń káṣọ wálé lálálẹ́, ó yẹ kó mọ̀ pé ṣe ló ń jalè. Wọ́n lọ́gẹ̀dẹ̀ ń bàjẹ́, wọ́n ló ń pọ́n. Àwọn wo la fẹ́ fayé ilẹ̀ fún? Láti 1970 mo ti rí lára àwọn mọ́tò àwọn Ìgbò kan tó ní the young shall grow, but mi ò mọ bí táwọn young wa ń grow, mi ò tẹ̀ rí young àwọn tó ń grow, because tó bá wo Àbàtì tó bá good luck ṣe government nígbà tó máa fi kúrò lọ́hùn padà wá, ó fi fún mi lẹ̀ ìyàwó kejì ló mú dání wá. How can the young grow? Adẹ̀gbójúlé Àbàtì nígbà tó bá sanjọ́ ṣàwọn jọ ní African Leadership Forum, pàtó tó mi gbogbo wọn lọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Àgbẹ̀yìn wá lérìn, wọ́n ti sẹ́tù, wọ́n ti jókòó. Àwọn dínà mi láàyè tó lọ wá girlfriend fáwọn Ọbásanjọ́ àtàtìkù tó bá bọ̀ ní weekend lẹ́kọ̀ọ́, wọ́n ti tọ́jú àwọn ọmọ ọlọ́mọ kéékèèké sẹ́gbẹ́ wọn, wọ́n máa fọwọ́ pa kúrò náà ara wọn. Lẹ́yìn ibi tá a délé nìyẹn. Àwọn olóòótọ́ ti lọ, olóòótọ́ ti tán lórí ilẹ̀ yìí. Tó bá wo Gani Fáwẹ̀hìnmí, anybody tó bá gbórúkọ Gani lẹ́nu ẹ̀ lẹ́nu àwẹ̀, tó bá gbórúkọ Fẹlá lẹ́nu, wáá máa yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ dáadáa o. Lẹ́nu bá dárúkọ Páyìmọ́dù, ó lè compare Páyìmọ́dù pẹ̀lú Ọ̀ṣẹ́ Ọ̀mọ̀lẹ̀, iṣẹ́ kan náà lè lọ ṣe. So automatically, with the past prediction, the Lord revealed to us that we should change our ways then, and we should not be lying again. When you look at the book of Titus 1, verse 12, Then 2 Corinthians 15, verse 7. Then Genesis 3, verse 4. Then Acts of the Apostle 5, 1 to 10. Then Matthew 11, verse 18.
Genesis 3, verse 4. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die.
Right on.
For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil.
Thank you. Right from page 3 of the Bible, we have started disobeying the law. When people are two in number. Now, how many people living in Nigeria? So automatically, in every home, we are PhD holder in line. Everybody. There was a day a policeman arrested in Nigeria in Heathrow Airport. He said we will not allow him to talk. We have to put him inside the vehicle. Because if he's talking in his native language, all what we caught with him, other people will claim it. Because all Nigerians are pocket lawyers. That was 1995. All Nigerian, born Nigerian, are all what? Pocket lawyers. Either good one or bad one. Pocket what? Pocket lawyer. So when you look at Proverbs and Psalm 50, verse 20, then when you look at the book of Exodus 23, Exodus 23 from verse 10, no, verse 20, he said, I'm going to send an angel to go ahead of us to show us the way. But if we refuse to listen to the angel, doom will strike. Then coming to the question you asked me, the present president, when he came to Tinubu's house, he came there, maybe they can do a meeting to merge those parties together, to add APC to his own party, to this, because he has failed 3 times. Then the man said, you may not be born great. Because when Buhari was coming from Mecca the other day, he was arrested in the airport and taken to the custody. The respect that is coming from the Holy Land was not given to him. Then later, he left the place. And some people were messing around with the wife. And with the bitterness and everything, the wife died of diabetes. So from this, Tinubu now decided to say, okay, they said they want to finish their 4 years in the north, which Goodluck Jonathan stole away from them. And the battle was given to them. And Tinubu is the first person in the wide world who are merged party together, and the party will work within 3 months. We should give kudos to him for that. He's a champion. So I promised Tinubu, he promised Buhari, and Buhari won. The life is just like a relay race. But now that he has tested the state house and the house, now he decide, I will not allow Tinubu to get to come and smell the place. Within the first 4 years, he was bragging, telling all the youth in Nigeria, when I'm leaving, I'm going to hand over to somebody 40 years old who can help the country. But later, when they break the door of Abakari, when he was killed by COVID, either COVID or not COVID, or the prayers of Nigerians, inside his office, Abakari for president, 2023. But he's doing his president inside the grave today. Then Funtua, who collected the biggest contract in the regime of APC under Buhari, drove himself to the hospital. He never comes back. So with this, anybody who wanted to foment trouble, because the Lord revealed to me 3 days ago, and this afternoon, he whispered to me and said, we should tell Nigerians the hidden agenda of Atiku Abubakar that is going to brand a car in APC name. Abiola Tinubu's picture and Setima picture. So they are going to use those cars to foment trouble during the election time. that Tinubu people has come to hijack ballot box. That they should go to the market and do some bad thing with it. But Nigerians, I have to tell Nigerians, this is what will happen. And maybe during the election time, by only 25, a week to the time, all party cards should be what? Should be banned. All the party, any card that has logo of any political party should be banned on the road so that we can have a peaceful election. We are not going to have a conclusive election because a lot of people are hungry and they don't want to vote. This is going to be the worst election in the life history of Nigeria. You know, I told you, Nigeria has expired 2014. A milk that expired 2014, for you to give it to your son, to use it to use for a breakfast, he will tell you, Mommy, the date on this milk is not good. And let me take my account without DOB. So he threw it away. So what we need now, but if they are forcing election down our throat, let us obey the government. But it's not the election that we needed, it's restructuring. Just to make sure, what are your grievances? Let's sit down and debate about it. Then the amalgamation give it to us. The kangaroo constitution, they're all full of Arabic, Islamic. We should write another one so that people can listen and know that we still have a stake in Nigeria. But where somebody is telling you that the oil in Bayelsa belongs to people in Kaduna, belongs to the people in what, but the Lord has exposed them. The God they have in Zamfara, the state of Zamfara is the one using it. So I didn't mean the Bayelsa people. The people from Niger Delta behave like the people of Zamfara. Nigeria will not be one today. So, but because they do things as if there is no tomorrow. Those are the Northerners. But we are all one before God. There is no woman in heaven. There is no male in heaven. God created soul. And when you look at the book of Luke 12, from verse 1 to 10, when the rich man was even telling the Almighty God, I'm going to bring down my old barn and build another one. Now that my produce is enormous this year, and I have to do something different. Then the Lord said, why don't you praise me first? For you not praising me first, let me have your soul. And that was all. And when you look at the book of Luke 16, the last 5 verses, he said, can you send somebody down to the world to talk to my family if they can change? Because where I am here, I'm facing a lot of commitment in the fire. Go and tell my 5 brothers. Then Abraham was telling the rich man, no, we can't do that. Let the people outside there preach to them. We cannot cross this place. And that is what the rich man in Nigeria, this is what they're going to face in heaven. Not to waste our time. When you look at Psalm 40, verse 4, and when you look at Psalm 89, verse 16, 17, 18, then when you look at the book of Psalm 1 to 5, and when you look at Psalm 38, 1 to 5, Psalm 39, 6 to 10, he said, Zechariah, for you exposing this lost city for the visitors who came. This thing will not go well again with your children. After your death, they will strike, and your children will be taken to captivity. And it happens. And it happens. Nigerian, we should try. Whoever come to you to come and bribe you for your ATM, don't give it to them. That's your civic right. If they say they're going to give you money or rice or beans, don't worry. Because the Lord said, between now and on the 18th, some party leaders, they will be sharing rice, beans, some other commodity that's scarce in the country. You can collect it. It's your right. But don't sell your conscience. So that's the advice. Then the Atiku who wanted to foment trouble too, with a Bola Tinubu picture on his own car. Because what he's trying to do, if he carried out, he will be punished. And what can make Atiku sleep and never woke up cannot be jumped for this year because they never have a good plan for Nigeria. He's the worst Nigerian we have ever met. He won't speak out. But he's so dodgy. He has his wife, 77 grandchild, and everything. What do you need again? Which you ask him. But if he refused and he failed to ask himself question every night, what do I stand for? It's good for every father to ask a question from himself every day. Am I still getting this right? And if you are not getting it right, you can call an advisor.